Good afternoon. Could we have asked for a better day to celebrate this momentous occasion? What a day. It's been 20-some years coming, and it took many, many people to bring us to this moment in time. So thank you and welcome to the North Hampton Public Library and Cultural Center. Now that's a mind full. We're so excited, the trustees, the director, the staff, to open the doors to a cutting-edge environment that basically focuses on history and cultural literacy. So thanks again for celebrating with us. We had the governor attending today, but he had to cancel because of other duties. So we'll start off, if you would, your program, a brochure. Just follow us. It's the second page. And you've had me. Governor isn't here. So now we'll thank our generous community and Kelly Parrott, who is a former trustee. She's also the foundation president who raised quite a bit of money to help us complete the library. So Kelly.
Thank you so much. Thank you for selectmen, trustees, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kelly Lehman Parrott, and I'm the current foundation chair and former library trustee. I'm so happy to be here today. We did it. I have to tell you, for many years, I wasn't sure this day would ever arrive, but it did. And do you know why? Because we live in an amazing town that values literacy, equality, community, the arts, and each other. This beautiful library would not be possible without Northampton coming out in droves on election day and achieving supermajority voter support. But before the election, there were many, many, many years of careful and considerate planning, consulting, attending workshops, conferences, fundraisers, multiple get out the vote efforts, strategy sessions, listening sessions, charrettes, sending out surveys, and more, each bringing us a step closer towards our goal. Led by our trustees years ago, Northampton had the foresight to purchase this lot and further establish the Capital Reserve Fund to facilitate our prudent savings over time strategy. We had the down payment before the election. Please remember that only 50% of this project cost was covered by the warrant article. And once passed, we were able to lock in the lowest bond rate ever. This was truly a public and private partnership. Through the generosity of our community, the foundation was able to supplement the library's budget, focusing our fundraising efforts on enhancing the landscaping, more to come, furniture, AV, IT equipment, and energy efficiencies throughout the building. I'd like to take a quick minute to recognize our amazing foundation team. Please raise your hand. John Colmorgan, Vice President and former library trustee. Louis Roach, Secretary, Treasurer, also our webmaster, IT consultant, and so much more. Dana Hooper, our amazing fundraising chair and former president of the Friends. Susan Leonardi, trustee representative, and the librarian herself. I'd also like to thank our families who have supported us on this journey for so many years. Thank you, Becky, Susan, Ken, Mark, and Brian. We are especially grateful to Susan Grant and Liz Flott and their amazing staff who have supported our efforts. And our incredible trustees. This is the dream team, guys. Susan Leonardi, Jackie Brandt, Kathy Kilgore, and Emily Creighton. each of you providing unique talents and expertise, library knowledge, construction know-how, accounting expertise, historical perspective, and leadership. These are can-do women who got the job done. The foundation has been able to raise well over $500,000, and to date we have provided the trustees over $385,000, and the remaining monies are spoken for. But we are still receiving donations and pledges, and we'll be happy to speak to you if you'd like to further donate. I am so pleased to see so many donors in our audience today. Thank you so much for coming. And why did people give? For some, it was to support a cause that they believed in, even if it was a sacrifice to their weekly grocery budget. For others, it was a love of poetry and recognition of the sacredness of the written word. For others, it was a desire to invest in technology for the next group of pie heads, Lego masters, or STEM enthusiasts. And for many, wanting an engaging space for children to read and explore. And still, others were most excited about our fantastic meeting spaces that will benefit our whole community. We are still in the process of creating our donor recognition wall, and today you will notice on the video displays in the library highlighting more than 200 donors that have contributed to this project. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to Edward Vale and Dottie Dalrymple and Sally Marcotte and Ruth Griffin, who asked their friends to honor their memory with memorial gifts upon their passing. Thank you to C.V. Rideout and Edwin Page. Their early donation personally gave me so much hope that our community would come together to support this project. And thank you to the many foundations that supported our cause, most notably the Fuller Foundation, the Barker Foundation, the Hobbs Foundation, and the Roby Mackin Charitable Organization. Thank you to the businesses in our community that supported the library: Lowe's, Home Depot, Joe's Meat Shop, Marcy's Sweets, Lamprey Energy, DB Warlick, Gray Construction, CMH Wealth Management, Alyssa von Velechteman, Marketing Alley, Houghton Builders, Hannaford Shaw's, Target, TD Bank, and the Governor Dale Farm. We hope that you too will support these businesses that support our library. Every donation we received is significant and important, and we'd like to especially recognize the following members of our community: Pamela Yassini Fard, Sean Mahoney and family, Nina and John Bottomley, Louis and Susan Roach, the Jelinek family, Mike and Ann Ambrosi, Cindy and Bill Burke, Kathy and Bill Shuey, Susan and Mark Leonardi, John and Becky Colmorner, Dana and Ken Hooper, Lisa Bottomley, Wally and Kathy Kilgore, Jackie and Henry Brandt, Emily and Bill Creighton, Joe Lamprey, Fred and Donna Siegel, Wendy and Peter Reich, Marge Schreier, Sarah Kutzlody, James and Amy Golov, the Wright family, and so many more. Remember, giving is not about making a donation, it's about making a difference. And thank you all for making a difference in our community and to our library.
Thank you, Kelly. As I said, it took many, many people to get us where we are today. Next, we have Jacqueline Brandt. Jacqueline is a trustee, and she's also the Building Advisory Committee Chair. Jackie?
All right, good evening. I hope everyone can hear me. Wow, I can't believe we're here. A lot of these ladies have been here a lot longer than I have. I've been a trustee for about 5 years, and it's been a battle, but it's been so worthwhile. It's a very surreal experience for me. I think when I look at this gorgeous building, 2 terms come to my mind. One is sincere gratitude. I'm grateful that the trustees and the Northampton voters made it possible for me during this time to be a steward of this gorgeous project, and it's been a labor of love, honestly. The other term that comes to mind is serendipity. And it's kind of ironic that we came together, someone with a building background, somebody with a library background, and all of these wonderful community people had time available now in history, to be able to build this beautiful building. I had help. Going from paper to actual construction is a big feat, and We all have jobs and families, so I needed all the help I could get. I'd like to introduce my team that helped me get this project going. They had years of expertise in construction, facilities management, real estate, AV and technical support. So I'd like to introduce them. If you guys could please raise your hands and be recognized. Michael Costanza, George Chauncey, William Kibbe, which I don't believe he's here this evening with us, and Louis Roach. Gentlemen, I am indebted to you for your service, your tireless hours of work, and quite simply, I could not have done my job without your efforts. Now, we were half of the package, and we also started out with a great design team. We worked with LaValle Brenzinger for many, many years. The former trustees actually worked with them for much longer than I did. We have Doug Shiloh to thank, and Ron Lamar for the longest time. We also had a great construction management team. Bonnet, Page and Stone, and Keith McVeigh is here. And those guys were fantastic to work with. Both Doug and Keith will say a few words regarding the project, but I will just keep it very simple and say thank you very much, Northampton. It was a pleasure working with my team and the professionals, and I will do another project with any of you at any time. Bye-bye. So Doug Shiloh is with LaValle Brenzinger, and he and I work closely together on the project, and he has a few words to say about the building and design and some specifics about sustainability. So Doug.
Thanks, Jackie. So I'll just continue the theme here of it being a team effort because it wasn't just me on the design side. So also on the design team was Ryan Terrell, our interior designer, and also our structural engineer, Kenneth Marshall from Foley, Buell and Roberts, Aaron Lambert from our civil engineer from Wilcox and Barton, and of course our MEP engineers from Yett and Associates, Ryan Neely and Sean Pruill. Sean was electrical and Ryan was mechanical, so they're all part of it too. So the theme continues, team effort for sure. But the most important part of the team was definitely the library trustees, the staff, all those people that were thinking about this project 15 years before I started drawing the details for it. So thank you so much to the most important design team members, all of you trustees, and especially the building committee members that I worked with day in and day out during the heat of it. I was just there for the fun part where we got to build it. So I do have a couple of just favorite parts that I wanted to mention in the building. Just as you go in, you can take a look. And so, in terms of the materials, just out here, the exterior is clad with poly ash, which is material that looks and works and feels and paints just like wood siding, but it doesn't rot. And so the paint on the exterior has a lifetime warranty. The visible roofs are clad with asphalt shingles, which you're familiar with and is of the place. Certainly you see it around. And the lower slope roof is a membrane, a rubber membrane, which you can't see, but it's very secure. And on the interior, all the finishes, adhesives, the paint were all carefully chosen for Northampton, of course, but also for durability, low emissions, and great acoustical properties. The flocked flooring, which is looks at a distance like carpet, is and it has all the acoustical and comfort advantages of carpet underfoot. it's just much more easy to clean, and it's more durable. And the acoustical ceiling tiles were even specifically chosen to diffuse sound and reflect light for optimal reading. So the extra thick walls go right up to the ceiling, and so that isolates the spaces from each other. And in terms of the, I won't get into specifics about the mechanical design, but this investment will be used for generations, and so long-term planning was critical to the success of this building. And the cost of energy is unpredictable, high, and only going up. And so, of course, if this unpredictable operating cost is reduced or even removed in the future, if it's removed from the equation, then the library's future is more secure. And so the benefits are not confined to the utility bills. The efficient envelope also contributes to a more comfortable, stable, and uniform environment. When you're sitting next to large windows, it won't be cold. And the noises from the road won't reach the interior. They'll just be a whisper by the time they get inside. And so the highly insulated walls, the triple pane glass, they have features that are more than the sum of the utility bills. And we're really proud to incorporate this energy efficiency, sustainability, and an investment into the future, into the library program as the trustees and so many others envisioned it. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you to the building committee and all of you.
I believe Keith McVeigh wanted to say a few words. Here he comes. He's in the back of the group. Bonnet, Page, and Stone, our construction managers. Here's Keith. Come on, run.
I was just told to belt it out, so I'll belt it out. Well, congratulations, guys. This is incredible. I've been a part of the team, a small part of the team, for about half the time that you've been working on it. And thank you so much, first off, to this powerhouse team of women that hired us. We really appreciate the opportunity, especially to work on a library. As part of our job, we're involved with a lot of public projects, often libraries, and we end up in town meetings or in bond hearings, and oftentimes I hear, well, we don't need a library. There's no point for it. We've got the internet now. What's the point? And I think, what was the term? The sanctity of the written word, was that your term? What a good term. I really view, and I'm so proud when we get an opportunity to work on a library as a spot that with that written word and all the IT and technology that this building offers to everybody, and how it's really the thread that binds a community together. This will be generations of children and citizens utilizing the library, and it's so exciting for us to be a part of it. It wasn't that long ago, I always say in library interviews, it wasn't that long ago that books were kind of special. You could, a regular person might not have a book. Maybe they had a Bible, but that was it. They didn't have access to information. And this has so much to do with a person's own autonomy and moving forward. And just congratulations, guys. I hope you all for generations enjoy the building. And thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of it.
Thank you, Jackie, and thanks to an incredible team to, again, get us here today. Next, we have Kathleen Kilgore. Kathleen is a trustee, and she was also on the Landscape Advisory Committee, and she was a former select woman, as well as a member of the Friends of the Library. So, Kathleen?
Good afternoon. It's so great to see all of you here celebrating this day. Northampton residents, our select board, our other town board and committee members, town employees, and other dignitaries, welcome. I'm going to continue the same theme of team and expand it out from the trustees, the friends, to the town. What happened at the March 2020 town meeting was a miracle for all of those that have worked for a new library for so long. In the early stages of a pandemic, when many of us were concerned about our future under COVID-19, the town of Northampton came together in a way that has not been seen in many years. We voted overwhelmingly for the construction of this new library, which we, as a community, are opening today. We are here because this is not just a library, but is a center for our community to gather, read, share our ideas, and enjoy. Areas for all ages to explore, create, to learn, and relax. A space where our residents can attend meetings, see presentations, read, and conduct business. This building is truly an investment in our community, which we all will enjoy for years to come. As a woman that has been both a library trustee and a select woman, I am in good company. Both Emily Crichton and Mary Hebert served in both positions. Along with us, there's a long line of trustees that worked with the community over the years to help accomplish what we are here to celebrate today. Their names, your names, because I know there's more trustees out there looking at me right now, are in the programs you are all holding. I, along with Susan, Jackie, Emily, and all the library supporters, would like to thank you for the work you contributed to this cause. We stand here today on the foundation you built, and without that foundation, today we would not have this. We also want to extend a warm thank you to the Friends of Northampton Public Library for their daily support of programs and museum passes that have enriched the library over the years and will continue to enrich the library programs going forward. Our library would not have been completed without the Northampton Select Board and the town departments working together with the trustees to finish this project. Finance Director Ryan Cornwell has been critical in assisting the trustees with the financial management process of the project, coordinating payments with available funding sources. Always accessible, he was vital to the smooth progress of this project. We would also like to thank Mike Tully and his team for helping us navigate interaction with the state and the town. John Hubbard and the DPW provided advice while designing the facility's exterior areas and landscaping so they can be better maintained for the enjoyment of the community. We also owe our thanks to Chief Moan and Chief LaJoy, both who added valuable input during construction. The police, the fire, and the building departments have worked with us to deliver a safe and accessible library for all our residents to enjoy. The entire Northampton town government came together to complete this project, and the trustees and the residents of Northampton, thank you all. Now, I would like to ask you all to look around right now, around yourselves how we stand outside. As we gather here today, we can all witness the creative work accomplished by our landscape committee members. They were led by alternate trustee Emily Crichton, and the committee is comprised of John Bottomley, Lisa Cody, Dana Hooper, and Audrey Pryor. Their work is evident all around us. Outdoor spaces are more important than ever before, either due to the need for social distancing or lifestyle. Many of us want to be outside now. This comfortable outdoor space will provide residents, families, the young and the old an enjoyable outdoor area for years to come. Lastly, we'd like to acknowledge the neighbors of our new library. The residents of Alden, Kimberly, Glendale, Hampshire neighborhood, and the Atlantic Avenue neighborhood. Your patience during construction has been greatly appreciated. It has been a long year, and during the site work, laying the foundation, placing the walls, and finishing the exterior, you have been supportive, and we thank you so very much for that. We will continue to strive to be a good neighbor to you and value your continued input. And to conclude, as I'm often heard stating, it's taken a community, our whole community, to build this library. And on behalf of the town of Northampton and the library trustees, we thank you all for being part of our team.
Thank you, Kathleen. Also note that we just completed phase 2 and we have a phase 3 of landscaping. So we will continue to hopefully make this a beautiful place. Well, now it's time for our chair, Susan Leonardi, and she'll talk about our mission and vision.
Hello, everyone. Last and hopefully least, so we can get on with it. I would like to say that, libraries are institutions that are uniquely represent the communities they serve. Not only do libraries cater to the recreational, informational, cultural, and education needs of a community, but it also provides services and safety to some of the most vulnerable groups in our society. If you are curious about the interests and values of a community, look no further than their public library. I'm gonna cry. The first free modern public library was opened in 1833, right here in New Hampshire. Fun fact. The Peterborough Town Libraries was the first institution funded by a municipality with the explicit purpose of establishing a free library open to all classes of the community. Our library is our community. At the deliberative session on February 6, 2020, Frank Ferraro pitched a crazy compromise to residents in attendance. The trustees, Mr. Ferraro said, would get a 21st century library that they would design, and the select board would get what they want, which is to use the current library facility for town offices. That compromise was approved by a secret ballot of a vote of 103 to 10. Thank you, Frank, for recognizing that the most successful compromises involve parties that are forced to take 2 steps back from one another in order to move forward. Thank you to the 113 town leaders and community members that showed up on a cold Saturday morning to engage in town business. Whether you came because of your civic duty, because a neighbor or a friend asked you to, or because you were just tired of the deadlock and feuding in Northampton, you came and you showed up. And you showed up at the Northampton School and you changed the course of town leadership to promote healing and demand change. A few individuals thought the amended warrant article was the first step, but many of us knew that it was the final stretch of a very long run. So on March 10th, the compromise, warrant article number 9, passed by 62.8%. Thank you to the residents for approving the bond and recognizing that libraries are not a luxury, but an investment in essential social infrastructure, a space that brings cross-sections of our community together to build bridges, not silos. Many of you understand that our investment is more than just books and research support. This building will serve as a play space, an accessible senior center, a work-from-home office space, study space for school clubs and organizations, a theater, a lab, an event center. And as our donors have recognized, the possibilities seem endless for encouraging more civic stewards, promote community building, and creating the sense of belonging in Northampton. We also understand that some individuals wanted none of those things in our community, but together we are all helping someone by providing a safe place to explore different ideas and views with credible resources, internet access to apply for a job, a fax machine to submit financial, health, or legal paperwork, a calm, safe space for someone who may live in a very chaotic home. Please know that at the very least you have given someone a cooling center during a heat wave, a person with limited heating funds a warm building to ride out in a cold New England winter without having to make a purchase to stay. More importantly, you have provided a space for someone who may feel isolated and alone in this town, a place to see a friendly face and sit around with other humans, to remember despite everything, they are human. Thank you for investing in a public good and being good humans, Northampton. I would like to welcome the Northampton Public Library staff members to come forward. Yes, Susan, you're coming up. Library Director Susan Grant, Liz Harold, our Assistant Library Director, Andrea Bouchard, Youth Librarian, Barbara Cutting, Alyssa, Nicholas, Marshall, Jill Brandt, Carolyn, and Eileen. This is our wonderful dedicated library staff, and they are going to be cutting the ribbon so we can get into this building and eat. Emily, do you want to close up?
Whoops, got it. So again, thank you for coming. We're excited, ready to open the doors. And I guess the ribbon cutting is about to take place, so if you can just all sort of gather and then we'll go in and there'll be some tours of the facilities and refreshments. So thank you for coming. One, two, three.
Now you can jump all over the front. Everything else. We're done.
Well, this is a dream come true. We are so excited to be open for business tomorrow morning at 9:30. So tonight's the fun, tomorrow's the work.
It was a whirlwind today. It's very exciting. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I hope everyone can get into the space and enjoy the library.
Today was extraordinary day, long time in coming. Culmination of a lot of effort by a lot of people, from the starting with the town and the powers that be that had the foresight, the voters, and then to the design team, to the building team, to all the people that touched this thing, should be recognized. And This project came out better than expected. It's highly energy efficient, net zero building that's going to last an awful long time, and good for the town.
It is amazing. Look at this beautiful space. I hope you walk around and get a tour. Kids come this weekend. We have an open house. And this was such a community effort, so thank you each and every one. Take care, everyone. Come over to the library.
Like I said, it's a kind of a surreal moment. Long time coming, and I'm just so very happy for the people of Northampton. And this building will be here for a very long time. I'm really happy.
No, I couldn't be happier for her and for everybody who was involved. It's a great building, a great facility, and I think that the town should be really proud of what they were able to do, basically by coming together the way they did to make this happen. So.